Hello, friends. Yes, that's an interesting picture, isn't it? My name is Antonio. Some Latinos call me the Great Antonio because of the way I play the guitar. It's la guitarra muy caliente, el flamenco fiero, and what have you see. But today, I have come here to tell you a story that you may find interesting because it's a true story. It's the story of my family, which is also known as the family of bulls. You see. Okay, let's, you like bulls? It's a nice little bull. Here's a nice little bull right here too. See, I like to collect the bulls. Okay, what happened was this. My father, when he was a very young man, fell in love with the governor's daughter. However, the governor's daughter did not like this. And so he picked my father up and brought him to the governor's mansion and said, listen, Lawrence, he says, you have two choices. I'm either going to put you in jail for 10 years on some trumped up charge, or you're going to leave Alabama until my daughter is grown, because I don't want you messing with her. So my father thought about it, like, well, okay. So he decided to take the leave, and so he traveled on all the way out to Texas, and thought, well, I might as well go on to Mexico. So he goes on down to Mexico, and he goes deep into Mexico, and he bumps around for a while, and he starts looking for a job because he's getting hungry, you see. And unfortunately, the Mexicans would not give an Americano a job and take it away from a Mexican. So there he was, starving to death, and he didn't know what to do. But he was in this bar, begging drinks or whatever. And they said, well, you can always fight the bulls. He said, what do you mean fight the bull? He says, well, every Sunday there's the bullfights, the carreras de toros. It's a little, it's not a grande, but it's a little one. But and what people do is they can compete and make money. So my father said, you mean you can make money this way? And so they said, yes, but you'll be crazy to go in the bull ring without any experience. So, but my father's stomach was growling something terrible, so he decided to take them up on it. So Sunday came, and there he was with all the rest of them. And when his turn came, he said, can I borrow a cape from someone? I mean, don't you use a cape? And they said, of course you do. He said, well, we don't have no cape for you. You'll have to come up with something else. And so my father thought for a minute, and so he had a bandana in his pocket, you see. So I said, okay, I'll use the bandana. And of course all of them laughed. And so he went into the ring, and they let in this young, strong-looking black bull, and he looked fierce. So my father was, shaking a little, and so the problem was the bull went down to the other side of the ring, and the corral, and he just stood there. So my father was thinking, if something doesn't happen here, I'm not going to get any money. So my father went down, and he slapped the bull on the butt real hard. And that made the bull mad. So my father, he starts backing up quite a bit, and he waved the bandana at the bull, you see. Toro, toro, come toro. And so the bull, he comes up and he charges him. My father does it, like a professional, and everyone is amazed, thinking my father's going to be killed at any minute, because this bull has some long horns. And so this went on, and but I'm going to stop and tell you something. The reason my father was able to do this was he was the quarterback of his football team down in Alabama, you see. He was used to dodging things. So after about 10 passes, my father was wondering, how do we stop this thing, you know? So he brought the bull up real close, and he reached up with his fist and popped him hard on the nose, and the bull fell to the ground. And the reason he did this is because he knew a trick of the mule skinners to get the attention of the mules. So anyway, it knocks the bull out, and so he walks up, collects his money, and for the next 10 years, he becomes known as El Arinco de Mexico. He becomes actually a good bullfighter. He never gets killed. And so after 10 years, he said, let's go on back to Alabama. So he come back, and he hears the story of this woman that, you know, likes to, young woman that likes to ride bulls, you know. And so he said, I must meet this young lady. She is fearless. And so he meets her, he likes her, they get married. And then I come along, you see. And yes, this is my chihuahua's barking in the background. And so I grow up, you know, and my father comes to me one day and he says, Antonio, you're 18 now. He says, you know, your mother, she ride the bulls, and you know, I fight the bulls. He says, we are the family of bulls, so what are you going to do with the bulls? And I thought for a while about this. I said, Father, I said, I hate the bulls. I said, they stink, they fart all the time, you know, and they run around the pasture like they're God's gift to the cows. I don't want nothing to do with bulls, but if I have to have something to do, I'll shoot the bull. So my father said, you'll shoot the bull? I said, yes, Father, I'll shoot the bull. He said, well, that's okay, Antonio, that's great. But, you know, I forgot to play you a little something. This is a little piece of music that is related to the bullfight. Another time.